Changing a baby diaper is not like changing an adult diaper because babies. So I want to give you an update on how it's going, and there's going to be three parts to this. One, I'm going to tell you how I'm doing now. Number two, I want to show you a generous gift I got from my cousin. And the third one is going to be very graphic, not only parental advice, but parent advice too, because you may not want to hear these things. So I'll give you ample warning. But if you have a family member or friend going through chemo, going through cancer treatments, radiation, I want you to know, if you're wanting to hear it, what they really have to go through, so you can understand them probably without having to ask these personal sensitive questions. So I have no pride, I'll just tell you right out. My first round of chemo was a couple of years ago, and I didn't finish it because it was too rough for me. And that was a wrong decision. I should have pushed on through because it spread. I started with colorectal stage 2. Yeah, stage 2 colorectal cancer. I got 6 weeks of radiation, and then I started on chemo. There was the IV chemo and then chemo by pills, the capecitabine pills. I continued with the capecitabine pills, but after my first oxaliplatin treatment through IV with a cold sensitivity, I just gave up on it. And since it was only stage 2 and it didn't show up in any of my lymph nodes or surrounding tissues, I thought I'd be okay. Well, I was wrong. It's spread now to my lungs. So now it's stage 4 metastatic colon cancer in the lungs. I had one tumor removed from surgery, and then they spotted a second one, but it's in a dangerous spot. They can't operate on it. It's pushing right up against my airway, which may be contributing to this hoarse voice that I'm starting to have. And I may end up losing my voice altogether, but I'm told that once the chemo treatment stops, that it'll come back. The plan is that I'm going to get 12 chemo treatments every other Tuesday until it runs out, which means about September I'll be done with it. Then hopefully that tumor that's in a dangerous spot will be much smaller, and they can either cut it out or give me radiation. Quite likely I'll just get 6 more weeks of radiation. I'm doing okay. My first treatment, I was severely nauseated, vomiting, but I figured out what I was doing wrong. The second one went completely smooth. I had no trouble whatsoever. This one, I actually got a little nauseous during the chemo treatment, which is very rare, but I made the mistake of not putting something on my stomach before I went in, and all of that medicine's going in. But it didn't last long because the nausea meds they gave me by IV kicked in and took that over, and I've not had it since, so I think I'm going to be okay. The worst side effect is I'm really super sensitive to the cold. The oxaliplatin is what does that, and it doesn't last but a few days. I continue to have neuropathy in my fingers and in my feet that will probably last throughout the treatments. Look, I've had 8 spinal surgeries. I've had 2 spinal cord stimulator implants. I've spent a week in a hospital with pneumonia. I had an ileus after my colorectal surgery, which means my digestive system just shut down and quit working, and I had to spend another week in the hospital to get through that. I can handle pain. It doesn't matter how severe the pain is. I can find a way to deal with it, but I can't stand nausea. Nausea is just so distressing. And praise God, I don't have it now, so I should be okay. But let's move on to my cousin, my generous cousin, Leslie in Lubbock.
Of Lubbock, Texas.
Leslie in Lubbock. She gave me this, total surprise, a bag. I'm going to hold it off the table because I'm shaking the camera too much when I do that. And, oh, this isn't the right side. You need the side that's got the label on it. There. It says, F-U cancer. Oh, for your cancer. That's what it means, for your cancer. Let's see what's in this bag. So I got some stuff to keep me busy in the chemo because I can be in the chemo lab for 6 hours. Crossword puzzle, Sudoku, word finds. Got a beanie to handle the cold because even in the summer you can get cold. So I got my beanie. Here's some organic peppermint, which does help with nausea. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I got this thing I've always wanted a blow-up sleep companion, and now I've got one. This is a pressure point thing. You can put this here. It's a pressure point that somehow helps relieve pain that you're getting in your wrists. And then, of course, earplugs, and I got a sleep mask. It had a little flower or something. Doesn't do anything. It's just a decoration. Oh, there's the sleep mask and a scarf, which is really important because the wind can blow down in here. I'm telling you, you can get sensitive to cold. It's crazy. Of course, a pair of gloves that I need. And in fact, I'm going to need the right one when I sip that Coke. Even though that Coke is room temperature. It's a room temperature Coke. It's still, if it's under 98 degrees, it's going to sting my hand. And I have to take little bitty sips because I don't know how it's going to affect my throat. Got a nice cup, and I got some chicken noodle soup, which I've already had. So when you're kind of nauseous, something easy like this is good. Then a blanket, which I never know when I'm going to be affected by the cold. So I take that with me to my chemo treatments. Queasy drops, organic, natural way to ease a queasy stomach. And of course, these kind of give you something, these ginger snaps give me a little something on my stomach. So that's it. And that was from Leslie.
Of Lubbock, Texas.
Thank you, Leslie. I love you. Oh, the radiation I got for my first round. 6 weeks of daily. I had to go down every single day and get radiated for 6 straight weeks. And that resulted in a total loss of bowel control. I had no control over it. And all of the associated gas that goes with it, it was humiliating and embarrassing. I couldn't go to anybody's homes, and I belonged to 4 different small groups to keep me busy. I couldn't go because you never know when it's going to let go. And when it lets go, oh my Lord, it's like someone split the atom in a nuclear experiment. It's terrible. You know how you can smell a kid who's dirtied their diaper and they're like on the other side of the living room? Brother, people can smell me getting out of their car. That's the difference. You may think, oh, well, I've had kids, I've changed a dirty diaper. It's like that. No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. It's, first of all, it's a matter of quantity differences. Then, look at this guy. If this isn't false advertising, I don't know what is. This dude is smiling. What is he smiling about? I thought, oh, good. I'm gonna get these to control it, and I'm just gonna be so happy. Good. And here's another difference between babies and adults and their dirty diapers. This is so hideous, I don't even know if I should say it. I really don't know if I should say it. If you're sensitive, if you're eating, if you're whatever, if you don't like nasty stuff, don't listen. I'll give you a few seconds to run away. Run away, run away. Run away! Changing a baby diaper is not like changing an adult diaper because babies don't have hair. Try getting that out with a wet wipe. So I can remember distinctly making fun of Grandpa and his diaper, and that's where I'm at. I finally got control of it though. It did eventually clear up and I got control of it. That's all I really have today for you. I always close out by saying my favorite Psalm 23 because I know the demons hate it and I know it helps me. Anytime I feel down or depressed or hurting or whatever's going on with me, I just start reciting that. And you know, they always tell you to be quiet and meditate, wait on the Lord, but I can't do that because my mind keeps racing. I can't do it. So by memorizing Psalm 23 in different languages, it helped me tremendously to just focus on the Lord and get off of my troubles. And the best way to forget about your problems is to serve someone else. And that's what I did this morning. I went to my church and helped them tape up Easter eggs, little plastic Easter eggs. They put little toys in each one. And I had to tape a couple of hundred of them to help them out. And I completely forgot my problems when I'm helping someone else. So let me close this with Psalm 23. And let's see, we'll start it off. I'll do each verse in a different language. We'll start with Swahili. Wanam dium chungai wangu, sita pungu kiwanakitu, en verdes pastos el me hace reposar. Junto a aguas tranquilas me conduce. Mi redona vigori, mi guida sul giusto sentiero, il Signore è fedele. Nam etiambula vero in medio umbre mortis, non timibo male, quoniam tu me commes. Virga tu at baculus tus, ipsa me consolatus sunt. Ulungisa itufola pambi guami, ebusweni besitizani. Di chanta Hashem en Chosi crevaya. Oui, de le jour de ma vie, ta bonté, ta générosité. Me suivant, pas à pas. Yagate watashi wa shi no ie ni kairi. Itsamari, anata to tomari korasa koto bisho. I'll live in the house of the Lord forever. Love you guys. Bye.